Dude, did you know you can subscribe to onlywrestlers.com and keep in touch with your favorite wrestlers? The party never has to end.
This week's episode of One of a Kind with RVD is presented by Get Blitzed, and you can get 15% off your order when you head to get-blitz.com and use promo code RVD. Get 15% off.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
I wrestled William Regal and won the Intercontinental Championship belt, and that's a awesome memory for a lot of us. They made an action figure out of it. That's cool. Was there more RVD in the news this week?
So there was. I pulled up a couple articles. Let's see here. What's the other? What did you see? What the Undertaker said about you in WrestleMania 18?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So we did talk about you, the potential of you fighting him at WrestleMania 18. I remember on one episode, but
potential of me fighting
Undertaker at WrestleMania 18.
Oh.
So. This is what he was said on his 6 Feet Under podcast. The Undertaker revealed that Vince McMahon came to him ahead of WrestleMania 18 and said that he only had two possible opponents for the Dead Man. One was Rob Van Dam, and the other was Ric Flair. Undertaker chose Ric Flair, which came as a surprise to the former chairman of WWE. So this is what the Undertaker said on his podcast. He said, "That was a lot of fun. I remember Vince coming to me that year. I didn't have an opponent. And he comes up to me, he goes, and he's like apologizing to me. He goes, Mark, yeah, we booked all this out. I don't have anybody for you." He says, you can either have RVD or Flair. And no, nothing against RVD because I really had good matches with RVD. He was like, I was like Flair. He looked at me like, what? And I'm like, I want Flair. And he said he couldn't grasp it. Flair had a run in WWE, but he wasn't a WWE guy. For me, it's Ric Flair. I said at WrestleMania, are you kidding me? I want Flair. And Flair was on the backside of his career, but still, that whole thing was a lot of fun. That's where I went to beat up his kid at the training center. That was one of my favorite vignettes I've ever did. So that's what he said on the podcast. So
you would have got a huge payday.
Yeah. Oh, heck
Damn
yeah.
it.
Damn it. Damn it, Taker.
Damn.
So yeah, WrestleMania 18 is when I wrestled William Regal and won the Intercontinental Championship belt, and that's a awesome memory for a lot of us. They made an action figure out of it. That's cool. I have that to remind me. And that was awesome. That was the first time that I had been in front of that many people, 70,000 people-ish in the Toronto, what was it? Not the Canada Center?
The Toronto... Not the Thunder.
It was Air Canada Center. Anyway, whatever it was. Awesome experience for me. If I would have wrestled Undertaker, there's no telling. I have good matches with everybody, but I could imagine where that could end up being more like let's throw RVD around like a rag doll and then slip out of something and catch the Van Daminator or something. And, I don't know, as far as a showcasing, I probably did some cool stuff with Regal. I don't really remember the match, but let's just say no regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about the Regal match on here before too, and that is a great match of yours. And people appreciate that one a lot. So it's just like,
and I could see where for him, wrestling Ric Flair at a WrestleMania could maybe be like a bucket list kind of thing for the Mark inside of Mark.
Yeah, the Mark inside of Mark.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that would totally make sense. Yeah, but heck, but the thing is, the whole roundabout thing of this, Rob, is you are now the Undertaker's no longer undefeated at WrestleMania, but you.
That's right. Isn't there someone that's tied with me? One of the girls?
No, I think you have to hold the record.
Okay, because I had one.
That's crazy.
I remember reading that someone else, a female, was 4-0.
The king of WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Pay-Per-View, Mr. Monday Night, Mr. WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. By the way, I was just looking at my notes, and you asked me who's some of my favorite MMA guys were in UFC last week, and I couldn't think of, like, I don't know a lot of the new younger guys. Everyone that I could think of was from years ago, especially when they had the reality show, which I don't think they're doing anymore. Ultimate
No,
Fighter.
they don't. Yeah, Ultimate
Everyone I
Fighter.
think was still back there. But anyway, I forgot a lot of guys, I'm sure, but one of them is Frank Mir. So I just wanted to say, big fan of Frank Mir's. And when I met him at a Comic-Con, I actually thought he was Mark Jindrak.
Really?
Did you see that or no?
I could. Yeah, Frank Mir.
And I hadn't seen Jindrak in at least 10 years, so and I just thought, he was jacked like a motherfucker. And I thought it was Jindrak for a while. Then I was like, oh, Frank, no, I'm actually a fan of yours. I thought you were, never mind. But he did some wrestling too and was training for it. But anyway, he beat Brock. And that's when I really, if not before, take notice of him. But I'm sure I did before. But he's always like he was in that first match with Brock, or both of them. He's always like so calm, cool, and collected, like just waiting for his shot. And he comes across like so confident. It's like cocky, like, but then he backs it up. Everyone loves a guy like that, like the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about is there anything else on RVD in the news this week? I'm gonna start doing that. Finding shit that them talk me being.
I like it too. I'm gonna make a graphic for it too.
There was something, and this also gave me the idea for this. But a lot of times I don't feel obligated to respond to false information. It's just out there.
Yeah.
But Katie was reading something from somebody, and it's like it starts out, and remember, and it said that like Katie and I have been married since February of some random year. But the month is off, and then they said she's from Tampa, and there's just like so many missed facts, and we always wonder, at least I do, like, did they just make it up? Sabu says, yeah. Well, yeah, they just make it up. They don't care.
Yeah.
But I wonder, or is someone lying to them? I've said this several times on the show, but anytime I've ever read anything about my income, when it talks about money that I made anywhere, in any company, it's never even fucking close. It's always so far off that I have to wonder, like, did they just pull that out of their ass?
Yeah.
I gotta think so. Or they Google it and it's lazy and it's just like not accurate. I don't know. It's just, I think it really boils down to laziness or negligence or anything like that.
I think laziness. They just want to get an article out.
Right.
That was a story on Katie, so that was cool that they did that.
Yeah, but everybody, for the record, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Rob and I met April 1st, 2016, and we got married 11/11/2021. So we were dating a long time before we got married because of the pandemic.
She was already my wife, baby.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Hey, how about